Known as the City of Sin, Las Vegas promises an adult playground of wealth and luxury. But beneath the neon lights lies a hidden world shaped by the Mafia and filled with inequality. Today, Eagle Discovery will take you behind the glitz and glamour to reveal the dark side of this iconic city. Stay with us as we uncover the hidden face of Las Vegas. The unlikely city that shouldn't exist. Las Vegas, or simply Vegas, emerged in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, a state in the U.S. known for its barren landscapes, distant mountains, and a heat that drives anyone away in the summer. It's hard to imagine that such a city could exist in a place that seems so inhospitable. Yet, Las Vegas has become one of the most recognized cities in the world, known for its glitz, glamour, and unrelenting energy. When we think of Las Vegas, we envision a spectacle of lights, gigantic casinos, epic parties, award-winning restaurants, and an endless frenzy. It's as if the city shouts, "Let's have too much fun to resist." The casinos are the heart of this place, with blinking slot machines and roulette tables promising fortunes, turning the idea of wealth into a pulsating reality. But Las Vegas isn't just about gambling. Beneath the flashy exterior, the city has become a hub for entertainment, arts, and innovation. The city's transformation into the epicenter of entertainment began with its legalization of gambling in 1931, a decision that laid the foundation for what we see today. Las Vegas quickly became a magnet for visitors seeking excitement and excess, a reputation that continued to grow after World War II, when organized crime figures played a significant role in shaping the city's early development. Some of the most famous casinos of that era were either built or funded by these figures, giving Vegas a colorful, albeit controversial, history. But Vegas isn't just a gambler's paradise. Between games of blackjack, the city transforms for events like CES, one of the world's largest tech fairs. During this event, neon lights are replaced by the glow of cutting-edge screens, robots, and autonomous cars. Las Vegas proves that it's not only a city of excess, but one that constantly adapts and evolves, staying at the forefront of technological advancement. Las Vegas shares a deep connection with Hollywood as well, offering the perfect setting for iconic films like Ocean's 11, Diamonds Are Forever, and CSI Las Vegas, which turned fictional crimes into a global phenomenon. The glamour of the city has long been a backdrop for filmmakers, and it's not hard to see why. Its larger-than-life atmosphere and unique setting create an unforgettable visual experience. Ironically, real crimes were almost the currency when the city was born, as organized crime played a significant role in its early casino-driven economy. But as the city evolved, so did its reputation, becoming a place not just of risk and danger, but of opportunity, entertainment, and luxury. Hey there! Where are you from? I want to know which city you're watching our video from. Please leave a comment so we don't feel lonely. A small action like this will motivate us to make more videos. Thank you and much love to you. Las Vegas Boulevard. Las Vegas would not be as popular if it weren't for the famous Las Vegas Boulevard, or the Strip for short. This iconic street stretches over 4 miles. And as you walk its length, it's easy to see why it's the heart of the city. It's not just a mishmash of hotels and casinos, it's a passport to the entire world. The Strip is designed to transport visitors to far-off lands, often with a touch of kitsch that only enhances its appeal. Want to visit Egypt? Head to Luxor and its giant pyramid. Think Paris is too far away? There's an Eiffel Tower waiting for you, right next door to a replica of the Arc de Triomphe. And for the romantics, Venice's canals with their gondoliers serenading you are in the Venetian, all within a few blocks. Yes, it's cheesy, but it's the kind of cheesiness we love. This mix of the real and the artificial is part of what gives Las Vegas its charm. But there's more to the Strip than just replicas of famous landmarks. It's a space where every hotel and casino tells a different story. From the opulence of the Bellagio, with its stunning fountains and Italian-inspired design, to the futuristic allure of the Cosmopolitan, the Strip is an ever-evolving canvas. Visitors can witness the highs and lows of luxury, from ultra-expensive penthouses to themed hotels and affordable gambling options. The Strip also plays host to some of the most extravagant shows and performances in the world. Cirque du Soleil, magic shows, comedy acts, and A-list concerts. Las Vegas is home to a level of entertainment that few other places can match. The city attracts global superstars, and its theaters have been graced by the likes of Celine Dion, Elton John, and Lady Gaga, all performing in front of audiences who come from all corners of the globe. As night falls, the Strip transforms. The famous neon lights that adorn nearly every building cast a dazzling glow that reflects the city's energy. It's a world where nothing seems impossible, and every night feels like the beginning of a new adventure. No clocks, no windows, no time? If you've ever been to a casino, you may have noticed something curious, or maybe you didn't notice at all. That's exactly the point. The absence of clocks, windows, and other time-tracking elements isn't just a quirky design choice. It's a deliberate strategy to keep you inside and playing. When you step into a casino in Las Vegas, the world outside becomes irrelevant. The design is intentionally disorienting, creating an environment where time feels suspended, and visitors are encouraged to lose themselves in the excitement of the games. By removing any markers of time, such as clocks on the walls or windows that would show daylight or nightfall, casinos ensure that you don't realize how long you've been there. Hours can slip by without notice, and before you know it, you've spent an entire night or day playing, eating, and enjoying the atmosphere. It's no surprise that many players, caught up in the game, forget to eat or even sleep. Casinos offer free drinks and food to keep their patrons comfortable and distracted, further enhancing the feeling of being in an endless space where only the action matters. This strategy is so effective that people often think it's still evening, only to look up and find that it's dawn. The birds outside might be chirping, but inside, the relentless hum of the slot machines and the clinking of chips create an artificial rhythm, masking the passage of time. The feeling of timelessness creates an atmosphere of urgency, subtly encouraging you to keep playing just a little bit longer. While this may seem like pure psychological manipulation, it's part of what makes casinos a captivating environment. The design of Las Vegas casinos capitalizes on this very principle. It's about creating a world where time and space cease to matter, drawing you deeper into the experience and making it easy to forget the world outside. It's all part of the allure and the power that Las Vegas holds over its visitors. Why Nevada keeps lotteries out, protecting its gambling empire. In Nevada, lotteries are prohibited, which may seem surprising in a state famous for its billion-dollar casinos. But this ban is a strategic move to protect the casino industry, which is central to Nevada's identity. The state has built its reputation around high-stakes, glamorous gambling experiences, offering everything from slot machines to poker tables, as well as luxury hotels, fine dining, and live entertainment. By keeping lotteries out, Nevada ensures that all gambling activity remains within its massive casino industry, preventing any distractions that could siphon money away from these establishments. The state's economy relies heavily on tourists flocking to its casinos for a complete entertainment experience. Allowing lotteries would undermine that model and draw attention to simpler forms of gambling. The ban on lotteries underscores Nevada's commitment to preserving its position as the world's gambling capital. Here, the entire experience, from the games to the shows, becomes part of the draw, not just the potential to win big. Nevada focuses on providing a one-of-a-kind experience for visitors, ensuring that the allure of its casinos remains unmatched and that the state's gaming culture stays unique and vibrant. A Dark History: The Untold Story of Las Vegas's Hidden Tunnels. At the end of the 19th century, Las Vegas was nothing like we know it today. It was just a stopover in the middle of the desert, a rest area for merchants and travelers before they faced the scorching heat and vastness of the American West. It was a small oasis, surrounded by miles of nothingness. Everything began to change in 1905 when the city got its first railroad station. This turned it into a strategic transportation hub, but it was still far from becoming the entertainment center we know. The real turning point came in the 1920s, when Nevada adopted a radically liberal policy to promote local growth, legalized gambling, allowed prostitution, and the end of prohibition. Forget the dry laws here. The glass is always full, and marriage and divorce were so easy that you could see them done over lunch breaks. And thus, Las Vegas began to build its reputation as the city of sin, a place where rules were flexible and pleasure was guaranteed. But the real twist came in the 1930s with the construction of Hoover Dam, which provided essential water and electricity, transforming the town into an urban center. Nevada legalized gambling while the rest of the United States cracked down on casinos and speakeasies. Las Vegas became a permissive paradise in the middle of a moralistic country. That's when the Mafia realized the city's potential, and that's when the story takes a darker turn. The Mafia, the shadows behind Las Vegas's glittering facade. When we talk about Las Vegas's past, it's impossible to ignore its connection with organized crime. If today, the city is an amusement park for adults, in its golden years, it was the backyard of the largest mafia families in the United States. Iconic casinos were built in the desert with money directly from the Mafia, which used the hotels and casinos to launder money and expand their businesses. One legendary name in this history is Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, a visionary and mobster. Siegel saw Las Vegas's potential before anyone else and opened the Flamingo, a luxury hotel casino, in 1946, which, despite a disastrous start, marked the city's future. His failure cost him his life in 1947, but it served as inspiration for many other mafia families from Chicago, New York, and Cleveland, who invested heavily, turning Las Vegas into an empire where the profits from casinos went straight into secret coffers. Of course, this wouldn't have been possible without political allies who turned a blind eye in exchange for favors and bribes. The Mafia's control over the casinos in the city is depicted in classics like The Godfather Part 2 and Casino, 1995, directed by Martin Scorsese, which explores fraudulent accounting, betrayals, and the burning of files. Kennedy and Sinatra. The Mafia didn't expand its empire in Las Vegas without strategic allies. Political figures and influential businessmen, even those not directly connected to crime, paved the way. This is where the intriguing stories involving none other than John F. Kennedy and Frank Sinatra come in. During the 1960 presidential election, rumors circulated that the Mafia, especially Chicago and New York's groups, had helped the Kennedy campaign to secure votes in key states and defeat Richard Nixon. In return, they expected protection for their businesses and less federal pressure. Sam Giancana, a mob boss with interests in Las Vegas, was the key link in this supposed partnership. Sinatra, a close friend of Kennedy and the Mafia, reinforced the speculation that there was at least an informal CIA connection. But then came the turning point. After JFK's inauguration, the government changed its stance. Robert F. Kennedy, the president's brother and attorney general, declared war on organized crime, leading to investigations into casinos, money laundering, and mafia operations in Las Vegas. The result? Huge resentment from crime bosses who felt betrayed. These events led to conspiracy theories. Many believe the Mafia had a hand in JFK's assassination in 1963. However, there is no concrete evidence, and it remains a matter of speculation, feeding the fascination surrounding that period. Over time, the Mafia lost ground in Las Vegas, and large corporations took control of the casinos, turning the city into the global tourist destination we know today. However, theories suggest that the Mafia never fully disappeared. They just learned to operate in the shadows. The golden rule is not for everyone. When we talk about places governed by money, one thing is certain: where there is wealth, there is inequality. A clear example of this is Dubai. While the elite enjoys incredible luxury, immigrant workers live in precarious conditions, often bordering on slave labor, literally trapped in shacks far from the main tourist centers. If you want to know more, check out our video on the dark side of Dubai, which exposes this reality in detail. Now back to Las Vegas. The story isn't much different. Beneath the bright lights of the casinos, many live in the shadow of the spectacle. Drivers, cooks, valets, security guards, and waiters work behind the scenes to keep the show running. However, these jobs are often poorly paid and do not provide the stability needed to keep up with the high cost of living, with expensive rents and rising expenses. It's easy for many to fall behind. Those who come to Las Vegas dreaming of a better life may end up drowning in debt or facing serious financial issues. For some, the tipping point is addiction to gambling, alcohol, or drugs. Meanwhile, the big corporations continue to rake in profits, but little of that money reaches the people who keep the city afloat. The tunnels, the hidden underworld of Las Vegas. Las Vegas may be in the middle of a desert, but when storms hit, they don't hold back. The city realized it needed a solution and created a clever drainage system, underground tunnels to channel rainwater before it could cause flooding on the surface. So far, so good, right? Tunnels made for water, first-class engineering, and the Strip protected. But the reality is different. These tunnels, originally built to contain floods, ended up becoming home to hundreds of people who live literally underground. It sounds unbelievable, I know, but it's the reality for many. Why live in the tunnels? Exploring the hidden life beneath Las Vegas. How does someone end up living in the drainage tunnels? The reasons vary, but the story almost always starts with a dream that went wrong. Some come from other states, drawn by the promise of opportunities, only to find precarious jobs and bills they can't pay. Others lost everything gambling, their lives caught in a roulette that never spun in their favor. Some have faced eviction, addiction, or job loss. Without money, family nearby, or anywhere to go, the tunnels become their last resort. It's not luxury or safety, but it's a place to stay. Take John, for example, who at 67 years old lives in the tunnels despite having a steady job in a store on the famous Las Vegas Strip. His choice to live underground is related to economics. For him, renting an apartment would take almost his entire salary on rent, bills, and food, leaving him with little or no money for anything else. Life below the surface, the hidden world of Las Vegas underground. Living in Las Vegas's drainage tunnels is far from easy. There is no electricity, ventilation is almost non-existent, and basic sanitation is not even a possibility. Rats, cockroaches, and other insects share space with the inhabitants. The dim lighting comes from battery-powered torches, candles, or occasional openings that let in light from above. For many, their belongings come from trash, sporadic donations, or bartering between residents. Some try to make a home with old mattresses, blankets, and boxes used as furniture. Others keep old photos and items in an attempt to hold on to memories of a life they left behind. But in these conditions, hygiene is minimal, and the risk of diseases is extremely high. Bottles of urine and human feces scattered along the hallways are a common sight, creating an almost unbearable odor. This, combined with the lack of treated water, proper ventilation, and electricity, makes these passages anything but decent living spaces. Different laws: how Nevada's gambling restrictions shape its identity. In addition to this apocalyptic setting, another striking fact is the laws. There is one law for the homeless and another for tourists and the more affluent. Strict rules, ostensibly intended to organize the city, actually push these people even further to the margins of society. On the main tourist artery, the boulevard, it is prohibited for the homeless to sit, stand for long periods, or be within 18 feet of an elevator. It seems absurd, but the impact is real. Those who break these rules can be fined or even jailed. And the restrictions don't stop there. Pushing a cart with a store name on it is also illegal, even if it's used to carry the few belongings someone has. According to residents of the tunnels and NGOs, there's even a special court to deal with homelessness-related cases, applying penalties that often don't extend to others. These measures are seen by NGOs and activists as an attempt to clean up the city for tourism, while the casinos shine and the fun continues on the surface, leaving the homeless hidden or behind bars. If you've enjoyed this journey through the City of Sin, stay tuned, subscribe, activate notifications, and follow our upcoming explorations of fascinating destinations and stunning lifestyles. Thanks for your company, and see you on your next adventure.